Hi everyone, and welcome back to part 4 of the Pendulum build. We are going to be starting today on page 9, and we left off last time putting this assembly together here, and today we're going to do 2 checkpoints. We're going to create B and we're going to create part C. So let's get into it. Starting out, the board that we're going to be using is going to be board number 1, which we've already taken some parts from, but we're going to keep going with that. And we're going to start at step 1 right over here, and we're going to need parts number 22, 23, and 24. So we're going to pop those out now. Now we're getting into some tiny parts, so we want to just be careful. So there's 22. We're gonna get 123 because there's 3 of them, and 124, and there's actually 6 of those. So only take out the ones you need. So we're gonna do 1 of the 23 and 1 of the 24. Looks like this whole frame is coming out, so I'm going to pop that out just to make it a little easier. And this one, I'm having a little bit of difficulty popping that out just by hand, so we're going to use our push out tool, and see how you can kind of use that to just push that through, and then I can slide that out. Okay, so we are going to take part number 22 and we're going to hold it like this, like it shows in the manual. And part number 23, it's going to be easy to get these two mixed up. So if you take a look back at our board here, part number 23 has the little dot on it. Number 24 does not. So just pay attention to that, because in the manual, if you look at step 1 here, number 23, the one with the dot on it, that one needs to get waxed. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to get my piece of wax here. And actually, I might even put this on first and then wax the outer border of it. So it's going to go together like this, and get that together until it snaps. Okay, so that's bottomed out. Just take a look at that. And now I can hold this and kind of rub wax around the whole thing. Just give it a go around once or twice. Okay, so that is waxed, and now we're going to put part number 24 on through the other side. And I'm going to go all the way back. Mine's a little loose. I'm assuming that one doesn't need to snap into place, but make sure it goes against that back shoulder. Okay, so that's in place. And now we're going to go on to step 2, which is going to use 2 number 25 parts. So we're going to get our board here. This is part number 25, and there's 4 of them, but we only need 2. So I'm going to carefully press that out. There's one. There's our second one. And again, importantly, both of these need to get waxed. And because there's so many teeth on this gear, I'm going to actually wax these before putting them on to the other piece. So I want to make sure I get the wax into the teeth on both sides, because that'll make sure that things are going to... Oh, a little bit of wood chipped out there. That's okay. That'll make sure things are going to slide smoothly. So you can fast forward through this part if you want, because I know this is a little repetitive. I have to go through all around this one and all around the other one. So I just made my way around that one. I'm going to do the same on this one here. All right. All right, so those are both done. So I'm gonna put these through one at a time. I'm gonna put this one, slide that on, slide it forward, and we'll slide this one forward like that. Okay, so that's what we're looking like now. And now we're gonna go on to step 3. We need another 24, and then we need 26. 24, 26. So we're gonna pop those out. There's 26. There's 2 of them, but we only need 1 right now. Okay, that's our 26. And we need 24, which is on our small board here. And I'm gonna use my little tool here to push that one out. Nice and easy. Okay, so just pay attention in the diagram to which one goes first. 24 is going to go on first. That's the smaller of the 2. So 24, slide that on. And then 26, slide that on. And that didn't click into place, but I think something else is going to cap it off. So we're going to leave that be right now. Set that down. Okay. So that's step 3. Now we're going to go on to step 4, which is part number 27. And that is right up here, this big gear. And I'm going to just very carefully work my way around, especially with all the teeth in the gear. We don't want to break any of the teeth. All right, so before this goes into place, this needs to be waxed as well. So once again, I'm going to wax all of these teeth. Excuse me. And I know this is riveting to watch. So if you're on the edge of your seat watching me do this, you can keep it running. Or if you want to fast forward through and skip ahead to when I'm done with this, you can. That is up to you for your viewing pleasure. So I just want to make sure I get both sides of the teeth, of every tooth. We're almost there. Okay, so that was exciting stuff, I know. All right, so that's all waxed, and we are going to run that through, and it's not showing that it has to go in any particular direction, so I'm just going to slide that through there, and that snapped into place. Actually, no, it didn't snap. It's still a little loose. So that is step 4. Now we're going to go to step number 5, which is going to need part number 26 and then part number 23, which is going to get waxed. So part number 26 is right here. Pop that out. And part number 23, once again, the one with the dot on it. Just we'll remember that when we pop this out. Okay, so 26 is going to go on first. That slides on. And now number 23, this is going to get waxed, so I'm just going to work my way around that edge. And then we're going to pop this in place. I don't know that it matters, but I'm going to make the dot on here face the same direction as the dot in the back. That one's facing up, that one's facing up. I don't think it matters, but that's just me being particular. Okay, so that is in place. Everything is tight. And it should look like, and this is one of the pictures, actually two of the pictures I'm going to want to see, like this and like this for part B. Okay, so I want to see a picture looking like that, and then a picture of it from the side like that for when you post this assignment. Okay, so now that is part B. Now we're going to move on to the bottom half of the page, and we're going to put together part C. So we're going to start at step 1, and we're going to need two 24s, one 28, and one 29. So we're going to start with the 24s. That's these guys here. I'm going to pop those out with my tool. There's one. There's two. Okay. Now we need part number 28 over here. Carefully break that out. Kind of looks like a little sword. And then we need 29, which is 29. 29 is on this little board as well. And just something else to pay attention to, it's a little bit bigger in diameter than this, and it has two dots on it compared to the one dot on part number 23. Just something to point out, little details so we don't get confused. All right. So we have our two 24 pieces, our 28 piece, our little sword looking piece, and it's actually, just to pay attention to the diagram and the direction that it's facing. 28 is facing this way, so kind of like the short end of the sword should be facing away from you in the diagram, okay, with the two little lines on the end. Wait a minute. Yes. Another detail you can look at is where this notches out like this. It's facing away from you, and that's what's happening over here as well. Okay, so we're going to keep it like that. We are going to put the two number 24 pieces in, but they are supposed to get waxed. So the two small circles, you're going to wax those all the way around. And wax this one. And we're going to put those in place. Let's see if it snaps. No, it still slides, but it'll probably get capped off. Okay, so we have those two in place. And then part number 29, the one with the two dots on it, is going to go on the opposite end over here. That is going to slide all the way in on this side, and it should look like that. Okay, so now we're going to go on to step number 2 with two number 30 gears, and they need to be waxed. Okay, so number 30 is on board number 1. These two gears here, so I'm going to gently pop those out. Again, we want to make sure we're not breaking teeth on the gears. Okay, and we're going to wax the end of the teeth of the gears. And I'm only doing the kind of the tips of each gear, because if you notice also in the image in the manual, which I'll show you in a moment, they did a kind of a zoomed in feature, and they only zoomed in on the ends of these gears. So what I'm talking about is this right here. They only circled the kind of tip of the teeth, so that's all I'm going to wax. Once again, if you're wanting to fast forward this part, go for it, unless you enjoy watching this. Okay, so those are all set, and now we're gonna set this so that the teeth, they kind of have like a hook to it, and you could see how the hook is kind of pointing in the left direction. That is how it's being shown in the diagram, with the hook pointing to the left. So what I mean is, if I flip it this way, the hook is facing to the right. So we're going to hold it in place with the hook facing left, and we're going to install it like that. Okay, so I'm going to slide the first one into place, and that should go all the way down. And then I'm going to make sure the second one also has the hook, the teeth hooks, going in the same direction. And I'm going to slide that into place. So there we have it from the side view, from the front view. That's how we're looking. Okay, so that completes step 2. Now we're going to go to step 3, which is 2 pieces, number 29. So we're going to pop those out. That is on the small board here. I'm going to use my breakout tool. 29. There's 1 and 2. Okay, and they are going to slide to cap those gears off, one after the other, like so. Side view, front view. And last but not least, step 4 here, number 24. We need 2 number 24 pieces, and we're going to wax both of them. So we got number 24 here. Pop that out. That's 1. And our last number 24, that's 2. Now notice that you still have a number 23 here left. That might be extra, it might not, but let's wait until we're all done to find out. Don't go throwing this board out. Make sure you save it. All right, so we're gonna get our wax. We're gonna wax all the way around both pieces of number 24. Make sure you go all the way around. And we're going to slide them into place, like so. Okay, so when you are all done, you should have your pieces looking like the 2 images down here for part C. And I'm going to want to see 2 pictures, one kind of like this, same angle as the first picture here, and one from a side view like this. Okay, and one thing I want to point out is that there is a gap from here between these circles and these circles, but that should be normal, because if you look in the diagram, there's also a little bit of a gap between the 2. Okay, so with both of these for this assignment, I want to see a kind of an angled view and a side view of part B, and an angled view and a side view of part C. And you could turn this in with your questions answered for part 4 of the pendulum. So this concludes part 4, and we will continue on to part 5 in the next lesson. All right, so thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.